is. Can you tell the people who you are and where you from?
The narrator RBX from Long Beach City, California. You dig, in a real kind of way. What's up, y'all?
For sure, for sure. Now we got you back on the channel. We had you on the channel before. For those that might not never seen you on the channel, can you let them know when you fell in love with hip hop real quick?
I fell in love with hip hop probably around the sixth grade. If
Okay.
yeah, it was a long time ago. It was actually I fell in love with hip hop before I knew I fell in love with hip hop. You remember a song called Charlie Devil Went Down to Georgia?
No, I think you was talking about that in the first interview where you was telling
Yeah,
me about that. I
I'm
never
gonna
heard.
keep
Yeah.
it a bug. That Charlie Daniels, man, when the devil went down to Georgia, he was looking for a soul to steal. He was in the bind, he was way behind, and he was willing to make a deal.
Mm.
That's when I fell in love with hip hop because I the rap, the rhyme, and then things came like it was actually my Aunt Margaret. She had Curtis Blow in the basement and in the breaks and you couldn't go outside in Chicago. It was snowing. It was all
Right, right.
snowing, so you had to be in the basement listening to music, and that's when I fell in love with hip hop.
For sure, for sure. Now, with you being the cousin of Snoop Dogg, what did you think about his performance on the No Limit versus Cash Money? The verses.
Um, I thought everybody did their thing, Cash Money. I mean, all that stuff brought back memories. I just knew. I'm gonna tell you the truth, though. When P brought at that bout it back, I said, "Oh, damn, in the bout it back,
Yeah,
boy." That was hard. You came, man. I was like,
for
"Ooh."
real.
I was like, at first, I was like, I don't know, baby. Then, but they was gave the first doing their thing, going back and forth. But then when I heard the,
Yeah,
I was like, okay, baby, y'all gonna have to come with some Lil Wayne.
for real.
Y'all gonna need some ammo now. So that's what I thought. It was a beautiful thing, bro. I don't do no hating.
Oh, damn right. It was a good thing for hip hop on both
I
sides.
was I big up all mine, man. You do good, bad, or indifferent. You gotta big it up. You can't be no hater. You sound weird trying to
That's real.
mush your folks for whatever reason they trying to uplift themselves. So I think they did it. They did what they did, and it's then started the hyperbole going. As the pit bulls getting on you,
Man.
I see the pitties is on you.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. On to the next question, man. A lot of people think Snoop Dogg went to No Limit Records for protection against Suge Knight and Death Row Records. Is that true?
No. He went to go do his music. He wanted to do music. And he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Incorrect.
Okay, okay. So was the a lot of people think the song that he performed with C Murder or whatever, that was basically a diss against Suge Knight and Death Row Records. What C Murder was telling them nobody better not fuck with Snoop and
Yeah,
all of
he
that.
meant that. And he meant that. Nobody better mess with him. We bringing him an artist and me all that old yada yada coming out. Well, leave my boys alone. This a no limit thing. Snoop was in the no limit circle, so he riding and hooping. He didn't do nothing incorrect.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, in a recent interview, I did see Snoop Dogg saying you was the only one that could beat him in the rap battle. Arguably, Snoop could be the most famous rapper on the planet right now. You know what I'm saying? How does that feel like getting that type of vouch coming from Snoop, your big cousin, saying that you know what I'm saying? You was basically the only one that could really get with him.
Well, he was speaking the truth. I was just like, a lot of people don't understand that before Snoop became Snoop, you know, we used to battle all the time. And I wasn't battling him to smash him, so to speak.
Yeah,
I was battling him to show him different ways of rhyming, different styles, different techniques, different angles. Then I took him to a freestyle fellowship situation so he could hear rest in peace to my brother Peace. So he can hear real get downness. You did
yeah,
Mike and I and AC. I don't know if Medusa was there. She probably was. Medusa was around. But the whole freestyle conglomerate, you did, Kilo was there. But I had to take Snoopy to the situation. So it might mean, listen, the commercial style is cool. Hap, bat, rap, pap, that's cool, for commercial viability. But you gotta know what the underground do. And that's where I come from. I came from the underground. So me and
For
Snoopy
sure.
battle all the time. So me saying that, I mean him saying that is kind of it's the truth because I was a student of the hip hop.
For sure. Shout out Snoop Dogg, big Snoop
Shout out
Dogg for sure.
Snoopy,
For sure.
Church.
All right. Cathedral. On to the next question. Let Me Ride on the Chronic album, man. Is it true that you wrote that album, man? I mean that record?
Yes,
Man, that's crazy, man. How did you come up with that, man? And then you gave it to Dr. Dre and it got nominated for a Grammy, if I'm correct.
yes.
Man, can you speak about that, man? How did that make you feel?
Um, I we was working. Time was different then, and at that time of situation, I was really committed to the team thing. And being Snoop and Daz on the crew and Nate Dogg. These is all my family and Warren G. These is all my family. So,
Yeah,
you know, that's how I was looking at things. So when I said the rhyme, and I was actually getting ready to do my album. When I said the rhyme, I was kind of just running it past Dre, and he clung to it. He said, "Ooh, what was
yeah,
that?" I was
right.
like, "Creeping down the back." That's how I'm gonna start my album, Dre. And Dre said, "Exactly." He said, "RBS, that's for your album?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Nigga, that shit right there is dope. If you let me get that and we put that on the Chronic, we'd be done.
Mm,
We'd be done with the album. That'd be the last joint." I said, I think he kind of worked me because he told me the same shit for High Power, but I ain't tripping. He was like, let's get this work did. X, that's a hot one. I need to
yeah,
put that on the Chronic. And I was like, okay, say less. Let's hop in the lab and we got it right. You dig? Then I think I had an event or something going on, and Snoop popped up, and Snoop was like, I need to be part of the situation. I said, okay, cool. I'll do the first verse, you do second verse, and then we do eight on the third verse, on the to conclude the shit. And that's what we did. And we did the work and went on about our business. All of us, Dre, Snoop, myself, it did what it did.
man, that's crazy, man. Did you expect it to get a Grammy though? That's crazy.
I don't never expect nothing, man. I mean, I'm from Long Beach. I'm not saying that's
Yeah,
downtrodden, but as far as music is concerned, we was really concerned with Grammys and Emmys and all that. We just wanted to be had the hardest shit on the block. Yeah.
I'm with
And be clean and moving around correctly. That's all. So when the Grammy thing came, I still haven't went and got my little thing. They said come
you.
pick, but I don't want to have a stat. You gotta put that on the mantle. You understand me? You don't just go get that and have that sitting on the coffee table all willy nilly.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So we striving. We gonna get it right. Everything good.
Yeah. So, what's your ties with Dr. Dre today?
Um, we cool. I ain't talked to him.
Yeah,
Uh, we talk to each other through our loved ones and kin folks, G Dub and yada yada. I seen him at the compound. Uh, Bud gave me a bear hug and gave me a big dap, but he was going upstairs where it was all the they was up there doing a little partying situation, and I was downstairs, so I just let them go. It was too many people up there, man. It was hot right after COVID. I'm like, good. I'm good. I'm trying to. I
yeah.
was trying to stay in the oxygen. I stayed outside and hit me a blunt, bro. But it's all good.
Me
You don't have no problem.
for sure. Shout out Dr. Dre, man.
Shout out to Dre. What's up, cuz? Buff
For sure,
cuz.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Junk
With
that.
that being said, yeah. On to the next question. Why didn't you sign a Death Row Records?
I wasn't offered. You talking about the
Mm.
new round or the old round? Which one
I'm
you
talking
talking?
about the old Death Row. We gonna get to the new Death Row. I'm talking about the old Death Row.
Oh, cause I ain't like Suge tactics. You
Yeah.
want to keep it a buck? I ain't like, man, how you getting at me like I'm a young? I ain't no young. I'm gonna talk to you like a real nigga. What's happening? And we never got that eye to eye. You did. He just
Hmm.
thought. He just assumed that he was just going, And I'm like, man, I'm a different kind of
Yeah,
situation. You got to
for
talk
sure.
to me. You got to talk to me, homie. You ain't gonna just. And then I think the first jump that kind of the indicators up was when Bruh threw me some paperwork and told me I had to sign it right now, like right now. And I said, I'm gonna let my lawyers look at it. And he was like, nah, man, we don't need no lawyers. I was like, yeah, this dude a weirdo. So
Yeah,
that was it. That was the beginning of the hell no, hell no.
for sure, for sure. Man, that's crazy. Can you recall the fight you had with Suge Knight, and where did the name Suge come from in your perspective?
Uh when did we fight? We fought a couple times.
No, okay. So, can you speak on how they end up, going out? Like how they happen?
I never got
I
beat
got
up. How's that?
you say you never straight up. That's
That
crazy.
part. I ain't never had no black eyes, no busted lips, or nothing. East Long Beach,
Yeah,
just stand up.
yeah, for sure, for sure. So
Oh,
I'm saying, like,
can
what
I say, can
what
I
made
say,
the altercation happen?
shout out to Long Beach for teaching me well. What you said?
I said, yeah, shout out to 20s, man. What made long? Yeah, for sure. What made y'all get into it though?
Well, when we was playing football, it was football shit. You did. So we be on the field, yada yada yada. We might have a stunt going on. I'm supposed to go right and he go left, nigga. And we get to arguing and then fight break out. I was real spontaneous. You
Yeah,
did. Fuck all the talking, homie, nigga. You say what, nigga? We be on.
right, right.
Yeah. So that's how that was. In the I say outside of the football shit in the real world. Uh, I think we had just came back from doing a show. Some chicken on the table. We thought the chicken was there. I thought the chicken was ours. I grabbed and got the grubbing, half did. Style, Snoopy, I don't know who else was there. They grabbed the chicken and devoured.
Yeah,
Sure
yeah,
came up there. Was supposed to have some of his homeboys. Oh, I got some chicken upstairs and woo woo woo. So even got his homies came upstairs and they was chicken bags. We had grubbed on the and he was coming to, and my whole argument was like, yeah, I understand you, you doing business meetings, but we don't want you out there making the chatter. So
yeah.
if you don't, you gotta go ahead and throw sustenance at the ones that's making the money, man. You can't throw no cow, throw no mule out in the field and think it's gonna plow and you don't feed it.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta, so that's how I think. So he was like, nah, he was trying to whoop, 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 and I was trying to explain, and he got to tripping on the guns. Well, I don't like niggas tripping on niggas that you could bully.
Right,
Like,
right.
get at a nigga that's on your same level. Why is you talking to them niggas? Them niggas is following me. You dig? Them niggas following, they follow the big homie. So what's happening? Nigga, shut up. I told him, shut up. I don't think he liked that. But it just came out like, nigga, you doing all that woo woo woo. Nigga, shut up with all that. Talking to him like a real nigga. Nigga, shut up with all that, homie. We just
Yeah,
made niggas like $14,000 or whatever. You shipping on some motherfucking bags of chicken. So that's how it
man, that's
started. Then
crazy.
we went from there. But
Okay. What did Dr. Dre say to you in order for you not to take material things from Suge Knight?
uh nothing really so specific. It was just, kind of analogies of past situations, you know. And I kind of innately already knew that. Like, fuck this nigga give me a gift from nigga. Now after I had done some work, I was willing to accept the gift, but it had to be like, he gave me a beamer once. Did a U-turn, had to take it back. I called my lawyer, but he actually called me. and was like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Oh man, I'm test driving this new Beamer Suge bought for me." He said, "Oh, okay, it's nice." I said, "It's nice." He said, "Got sounds in it?" I said, "Well, just regular, but it's a 750. Woo wah wah woo." He said, "You got the pink slip?" I said, no." He said, "You got registration and permission to drive it." I said, "No." He said, "Man, take that car back. That's not your car."
Mm,
I took the car back, jumped out of it, jumped back in my Benz, and slid off. So
mm. Was that the
I
case with a lot of others from Death Row though, as well? Like was Suge like was his name on everything, like for people houses and cars?
not his name. It was Death Row.
Oh, okay. So nobody really owned anything then.
Not his name, Death Row. So
Damn, that's crazy.
that's crazy. That's what another reason. You see that big old on my chest, Jack? That don't
Yeah.
say Death Row. That's
No, yeah,
premeditated, and that's me. Yeah, premeditated
for sure.
ENT. Yeah, so we just had to
Yeah,
push the
yeah, yeah.
sign.
How you come up with that?
I actually didn't. I'm gonna tell you the truth. What had happened was I was signed to Warner Brothers. When I was signed to Warner Brothers, Suge didn't know that I wasn't at Death Row because he wasn't dialoguing with me. And he was just always coming around like he was this big old, and I didn't fall for that. So long story
Yeah,
short, Warner Brothers signed me. Warner Brothers said, "We finna sign you, bruh." They gave me a deal. We had the album. That's when AWOL came out. Dr. Dre. Do you remember you was broke in the whole? That's when that
yeah.
came.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So then what had happened was Suge started doing some calling around and found out I was signed to Warner Brothers. So he started calling Warner Brothers, Charlton Heston, and these are the VPs, the real ones, like the Warner, Charlie Winkler, I mean Henry Winkler, and all those cats. These was the Warner Brothers at the time. Suge got to threatening them people. And they was like, "What?" But they had a situation with me because it was kind of like right on the heels of Ice T doing Cop Killers. Then
Mm,
they brought me over, bam, and they was like, "RBX is really controversial." Woo, 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 woo. This is what they telling them. Then right when they time they hearing I'm super controversial, should get the calling over there threatening these people, threatening these people. But we had paperwork in order, so we had business. So I believe it was Denise Brown at the time. She was at Warner Brothers. She said, "We're going to come up with a dummy company," and the dummy company was premeditated. So
mm,
when Suge and everybody called and told them they gonna kill me and do this and do that, they was calling this company, but it was just a voice machine. It was nobody to go jump.
mm. That was smart.
So so what I did after the fact is once I started doing my thing and I had put my power and my yada yada into this, I said I'm gonna take it and adapt it and make it my own. So that's why it's premeditated.
Man, that's dope. That's
Long
dope as
ass
hell.
story, but that's what had happened.
For sure. For sure. Now, was your name really forged on Death Row documents?
What? RBX?
Yeah.
What you mean?
Like, was your name forged like to as a signature without your
Yeah,
permission?
hell yeah, all over that motherfucker.
What happened with that? Did you find out who did that?
Hey, you ain't gonna find out, man. You ain't
Yeah. Right.
what had happened was obviously it was a point where they had came through when these people was when somebody was gonna give them a check, but they need to have all the signatures in order. And they knew they
Mm,
couldn't get down with me because I just what how you gonna get at a nigga and threaten to do this, that, and the other, then call for a favor? So
mm-hmm.
they knew they couldn't get one from me, so they ain't had no choice but to forge my name on all kind of shit.
Damn, man, that's crazy. That's wild. Now, did you ever meet Tupac before?
Yeah,
Okay, now I did watch an interview where you said Tupac had Crip friends before he came to Death Row. And if he would have stayed basically with Oakland, the Bay Area, he would still be alive. And sort of say, like, is that true? Like, did he really have Crip homies before? Death Row?
I don't see Oakland. They say blood, but
Right,
they not bloods.
right.
They don't. They don't. That's just that came from back in the '60s and the '70s when everybody was, hey, young blood,
Hmm.
young blood. That's where that came from. They
Yeah.
took the young off and kept it blood. Hey, blood. Okay, so now that stuck in uh in black culture.
Hmm.
The Crippin shit was a Southern California thing. You dig? That's down here in the South region.
Yeah.
Um, so it's kind of what's the question again?
Uh, basically, the question was, hold on, let me go back to you. Did Tupac have Crip friends before he came to Death Row?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Everybody, but everybody in North Daniel say blood.
Okay.
So when you come out here and we saying blood, you automatically get pulled into power rules, the blood gangs out this way. But it's a different structure. But
Hmm.
yeah, everybody was everybody. Everybody was moving around. It didn't get seriously blood until death row. You did.
Hmm.
It was it was and that's what Suge was pushing.
Right.
Suge was pushing the hard bloodline. So that's and Pop was already familiar with the blood term, blood. So it just went with it. There was other elements probably to it that was the extracurriculars that he probably shouldn't have embarked in. But for the most part, to answer the question, yeah, he had Crip friends. Did Snoopy was a Crip. He had other
Yeah.
homies that were yeah,
Right. Right. What's that? Big Psych was a Crip with me.
Big Sight, Big Sight. I don't know Big Sight like that. I don't know if he is or
Yeah, I
not.
think he was. I think he was. He was cripping.
Well,
Uh.
he got but with a name like that, so you got to know Big Psych is CYC. Them is C. So yeah, he a Crip.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right. Where were you the night Tupac got murdered? And what's Suge Knight? I mean, was Snoop supposed to be in Vegas?
Um, I forgot. Somebody hit me. I got hit like chirp. I think at the time niggas was chirping, and I just got a chirp. They shot Pop. That's all I heard.
Mm.
But I had heard, Pop kind of rambunctious. So when I first kind of heard it, I'm like, like the elevator shit in New York. I'm thinking something done grazed this nigga or something. He gonna be all right. It really didn't hit me until they said he was in Humana and yada yada. Now me knowing what I know, because I went to UNLV
Mm.
and I know some of the hospitals out there. When they says Humana Sunrise, I was like, oh, he at one of the best hospitals in Vegas. They gonna get him right. But then they said he passed. Then that's when it hit me. That's when I'm like, what you mean he passed? I'm not registering in my brain.
Hmm.
Fuck you mean? I'm just waiting for him to tell me, yeah, cuz gonna be all right. Woo, woo, woo. And it never happened, man. Then I start then I start calling around, woo, 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 woo. Because at the end of the day, my cousin Beverly's son is Snoopy. So the family emotions, I start ringing, and I got to calling. What's Snoopy at? What's Snoopy at?
Hmm.
What's Snoopy at? Snoopy, because I didn't know exactly what had transpired, but where's Snoopy at? And it was like Snoopy didn't go. That's all I needed to hear, and I just fell back. Just let
Hmm.
it do what it do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How do you feel about hearing Suge Knight say Snoop Dogg set Tupac up to be killed in one of his interviews in
I
jail?
mean, you got a guy. This nigga said my breath stink. I don't ever take showers and woo 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 woo. His
Okay.
whole story, his stories. I mean, I understand what he doing. You niggas in the pen grasping at straws, and he's seeing everybody out here thriving. Snoopy running around the stage. I mean, running around the track at the Olympics, and he's just thinking, "Damn, he could run around his lap at wherever the fuck he at." But that's about all he can do. And the cats that you try to shit on is out prospering. And to be honest with you, we ain't had nothing left for the nigga. He the
Yeah.
one went sideways. You did?
Mm.
I wasn't going for the shenanigans, but I wasn't hating on him because I'm like, Suge out here pushing a hard West Coast line. That's all I thought. So sometimes power go to people's head and they just do some weird shit and crash out. So that's what happened.
Yeah. For sure.
So so
Um.
so basically he's just saying shit just to just say shit. He's striving to stay relevant.
For sure. For sure. On to the next question. Snoop Dogg now owns Death Row, being you his cousin. Will you be able to be a part of the label?
I'm a part of the label because that's really my blood cousin. So
Right. But no official paperwork or nothing like that.
hell no. And I tried to talk to him every time I tried to talk to him, put some change in my pocket or get some work did. He either busy or he doing this or that. So I started doing my own thing, and trains don't do U turns.
No, that's real. That's real. For sure. For sure. How do you feel about Reggie Wright Jr. Saying you only mentioning Tupac and MC Hammer for views and Suge had an overwrite on your album?
Prove it. I don't even know Reggie Wright.
Yeah,
Don't never met him ever, 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 ever. So him to speak on me is just like nigga, shut up, homie. I don't know you. You're just speaking on me so you can get some views. It's actually the opposite.
yeah.
So, and when I speak on shit, I speak from the heart, bro. I don't be making shit up.
No, that's real. For sure. For sure. What's your take on Puffy only getting 4 years in prison?
Oh, well, I don't want to see no black man locked up. But then to consider all the circumstances they hit us with, woo woo wah wah. But we know how propaganda plays out, and we know what it's some major figures in the thing that was trying to silence brothers. So who knows? I don't get into
Hmm.
lock a brother up type shit. Like, nah, man, go get you a lawyer and beat the case back. You know how we do.
No, that's real. That's real. Now, did you get a chance to meet Puffy, being that Snoop was
Yeah, I
politicking
met
with him?
Paul. Yeah, I met Paul. I'm gonna tell you the story. Okay, so what had happened was, we got pictures of it. I gotta find a picture, bro. Snoop was having like an '80s party. You did. It's like '80s themes. Everybody was, like b-boys with Kangos and all that. And Puff showed up. But when he showed up, it was me, about six of my cousins, all black, looking like goons to somebody that didn't know
Yeah,
us.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because we wasn't partaking in the party. We didn't have nothing. Everybody just had all black from head to toe. So Puffy pulled, so Puff pulled up, boom, and the limb. I mean, he in I think it was a Bentley or something, big old motherfucker, land ship. Uh, he was just sitting there because he was like, man, I don't know whether who the hell these niggas is, or they finna trip on me or not. So I walked to the car. Puff, it's RBX, nigga. Get out. You good. Everybody in the compound is for Snoop. Ain't nobody in here finna trip on you, homie. Get out the car. And
Hmm.
they got out, got the dad, shaking
Yeah,
dad.
for
Yeah,
sure.
he had his little piece with him and whatnot. And they got out and they got their clothes right. And then I pointed them to the direction where Snoopy and them was shindigging. And that was my only encounter with bruh.
Man, that's crazy hip hop story right there, man.
Mm.
For sure, for sure. Now, next question. Why do you think you was Death Row's most hated at the time you was at Death Row?
Because I was probably the most unfadable and probably the most hardest to get over on.
For sure. For sure. Now,
And
with
was
that being
standing,
said, say it again.
and just standing on my square.
For sure. For sure. What you think? You think Suge wasn't fucking with that? Like, they, basically, like he couldn't tell you what to do.
Absolutely.
For
Not even
sure.
for a minute. I mean, you better, we striving to get something done as businessmen, and then we gonna speak to it cordially. But little boy me, yeah, I don't get little boy by no nigga, homie. So we wasn't doing
Most definitely. Most definitely. Is it true? Eazy wanted to sign you after you left Death Row Records.
that. Yo, my
How did that
God.
happen?
Huh?
How that happen?
Well, well, I don't know. I think Easy was kind of monitoring the situation, unbeknownst to me. And his conversation was, I know you're not happy over there. And he was hearing about the goings ons of, some goings ons.
Yeah.
And he was like, you need to come to Ruthless, man. Then you ain't got to worry about all that. And he was talking about the red blue situation because he knew I was from Long Beach in the crib,
Hmm.
and all my folks was Rips, and uh he was like, man, it's got to be awkward. I'm like, not really. Just carry yourself as a black man. I'm on the guard body thing first, so I'm gonna conduct myself like God and move accordingly. So that's how I seen things. But Easy was like, nah, you need to come over here with BG Knockout and Drakester. What up? Them is my homies, chop
Damn
them
right.
up. Yeah. And
All
so
the time.
you need, oh, and Bone Thugs. You did Crazy Lazy, the whole
Yeah,
gang.
yeah, for sure.
Bone, 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 bone. Yeah.
Straight
So
up.
I was gonna go over there and rock with them. Snoop is always gonna be my cousin, but I was thinking like an artist at this juncture. Like, man, we need to start moving around and come from up out of the same. You did.
Hmm.
That's what I was thinking.
For sure. And why did it happen though?
He passed.
Okay, okay.
He
Rest in
passed.
peace,
I
Eazy.
talked to him. I talked to him like, this is what happened. I'm at Aftermath. I'm leaving record one. I goes up to the alley, bam, make a left, heading up to the main thoroughfare. I make that left. Soon I'm finna turn to go back down Ventura Boulevard. I see this big old black 600. Now I wanted a 600 at the time of Benz. I'm like, oh, that motherfucker nice. And he was following me. I'm watching. I'm looking at the car like, oh, yeah, I'm finna get me one of them. And I noticed the motherfucker kept following me. I'm like, okay, 600, hell, why are you still following me though, homie?
Right, right, right.
I know I see you, you motherfucker, but why is you on me? At the time, I had a 300 on Ram squatted all thinking I'm the shit. But I'm like, yeah, that's sexist. And I know I can't outrun it. I'm in the three. You did?
Right.
I'm like, okay, well, ain't gonna be no out. So I get the dippy doing. I slide over here. I slide over there. This nigga's following. Said, yeah, this nigga really is following me. So I do a U-turn to some shit and slide up into this gas station and go in my trunk. Like, we finna get off, whatever. You ain't gonna
Yeah.
just stalk me. So I grabbed the thing and was finna walk, put it in a
Yeah, yeah,
towel.
yeah.
Yeah, I put a towel around my shit and started walking to the car. Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Easy rolled the window down, said, X, no, don't do it. He bullshit.
He finna do
I
that.
say, man, what you do? He was like, man, you need to come to Ruthless, bro. He said, like, on some really, I got some chains from yada yada yada. You could have all that shit. I don't need none of that shit. That's all you. I'm gonna get the paperwork together, and I got some things I gotta do in the next month or so. He said, man, but that chain's already yours, my nigga. I was like, okay, that's that bad. Woo, woo, woo. We seal the deal, and I said, don't do that no more. Don't follow me like that, cause you don't ever know.
Right,
He was
right.
like, nigga, I knew you was gonna trip. I knew you was gonna trip. Long story short, I'm sitting there ironing one morning, and they talking about Easy Ease and Cedar Sinai. Somebody was talking about, calling me, talking about Cub was dry heaving, acting on. Like, how the fuck that nigga go from being damn near healthy to just full blown in a week, a few
Mm-hmm.
days, some weird shit. So
Man,
I wasn't believing nothing on me. I just like, wow, wow. Then they said he was at the hospital sick, and I'm thinking they gonna, and then they said he died, and I'm like, what the fuck you mean he died? So
so what's your take on people saying Suge Knight injected him with AIDS?
I don't know, bro. Motherfuckers say everything, and if you know that it's once that shit hit the air, it's dead. So I don't know I don't know. That's just all conjecture. No,
Right,
you
right.
can't follow that shit.
For sure, for sure. Now, what's up with you? What new music you got going on before we get up out of here?
7 pieces in a biscuit. Seven
Okay,
pieces
how
in
you
a
come up
biscuit.
with that 7 pieces in a biscuit? I like that.
7 pieces in a biscuit because sometimes you get tired of all the bullshit that's going on. And if all the bait, I know all the cats I know, if they get hungry and you start hitting them, I can hit you with all these fancy words. They'll be like, "What's that?" But if you say, "I got some chicken and some biscuits," fool's gonna be ready to bite down.
No, that's
You know,
real. That's real.
ain't no, I don't know no black folks that I know to be
No, for
like,
real.
"Well, I would rather have some uh well, I got some people like that rather have some fried tofu.
But for
But
the
I
most
ain't
part,
want,
motherfucker gonna eat some chicken and
yeah, they
biscuits.
gonna
For
eat
real.
some chicken. Muslims, my brothers, some chicken and fish. I mean,
For sure.
yeah, don't bring that to the party. You might be missing a plate because cats are gonna eat some chicken. And I just thought, let's just keep it real funky and 7 pieces and a biscuit.
Mm-hmm. That's
That'll
dope.
get
That's
you
dope.
that'll get you right. Come through. I ain't finna try to give you no gourmet meal, no falafel and all that. I got some chicken and some biscuits. Old school, back to the basics. Let's get this thing done.
Let's get money now. Who you got producing some of the records?
It's one producer. His name's Sandman.
Okay, shout out Sandman. Where you from?
He's from Compton.
Okay,
You
shout
might
out
know him
Compton.
dealing with Tiny Nation, that CPO and Compton Most Wanted, and I stay rooted, but I ain't got time for the cats that ain't got no kind of
Mm-hmm.
base
Get
and
up and
where we
go.
from. Because
Yeah.
to get the authentic sound, you got to really be from here. To do what the
Nah,
fuck
that's
I'm
real.
gonna do, you got to be from here. You can't implant you can't that vibe, that Long Beach Compton vibe. Like you in trouble. Well, you got to be from there to get that.
Mm-hmm. But
And
shit, you heard DJ Quick St. Louis just like Compton.
oh, St. Louis, yeah, it really is. Y'all be wild in Chicago, wild as hell too. I don't know where the kinfolk went, but hey, y'all, it's your boy. Yeah, you see this? Let me see. Premeditated entertainment. Yeah. So we gonna keep it active till y'all can get back. You did. Your boy. This shit right here on my Cat Williams. This shit right here. This shit right here, nigga. This shit right here, nigga. Trying to tell you something. Hey, let's get this shirt. You dig? Green screen, a nigga. Get it? Yeah.